नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am Dr. Bharat Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Pathology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's topic is anemia and its general consideration. Anemia is defined as reduced hemoglobin concentration in blood below the lower limit of the normal range for the age and sex of the individual. In adults, the lower extreme of the normal hemoglobin is taken as 13 gram per deciliter for males and 11.5 gram per deciliter for females. Although hemoglobin value is employed as the major parameters for determining whether or not anemia is present, the red cell counts, hemocritic PCV and absolute value of MCV, MCH and CHC provides alternate means of assessing anemia. Pathophysiology. Subnormal level of hemoglobin causes lowered oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. This in turn initiate compensatory physiologic adaptation such as follows: increased release of oxygen from hemoglobin, increased blood flow to the tissue, maintenance of the blood volume, and redistribution of blood flow to maintain the cerebral blood supply. Eventually, however, tissue hypoxia develops, causing impaired function of the affected tissue. General clinical features. The hemoglobin level at which symptoms and signs of anemia develops depends upon four main factors. First is the speed of onset of anemia, the severity of anemia, the age of the patient, the hemoglobin dissociation curve. Symptoms. In symptomatic cases of anemia, the presenting features are tiredness, easy fatigability, generalized muscular weakness, lethargy, and headache. In older patients, there may be symptoms of cardiac failure, angina pectoris, intermittent claudication, confusion, and visual disturbances. Signs. A few general signs common to all types of anemias are as under. First is pallor, hyperdynamic circulation, symptoms referable to the CNS, retinal hemorrhage, menstrual disturbances, mild proteinuria, anorexia, flatulence, nausea, constipation, and weight loss. General scheme of investigation of anemia. In order to confirm or deny the presence of anemia, its type and its causes, the following plan of investigation is generally followed, of which complete blood count with reticulocyte count is the basic test. Hemoglobin estimation. The first and foremost investigation in any suspected case of anemia is to carry out a hemoglobin estimation. Several methods are available, but most reliable and accurate is the cyanomethyl hemoglobin method employing Drapkin solution and a spectrophotometer. If the hemoglobin value is below the lower limit of the normal range for the particular age and sex, the patient is said to be the anemic. In pregnancy, there is hemodilution, and therefore the lower limit in normal pregnant woman is less 10.5 gram per deciliter than in the non-pregnant state. Peripheral blood film examination. The hemoglobin estimation is invariably followed by examination of peripheral blood film for morphological features after staining it with the Romanowski dye. Example Leishman stain, May Grunwald Giemsa stain, Jenner Giemsa stain, Wright's stain. The blood smear is evaluated in an area where there is neither Rowlett formation nor so thin as to cause red cell distortion. Such an area can usually be found at junction of the body with the tail of the film, but not actually at the tail. The following abnormality is erythroid series of cell are particularly looked for in blood smear. Examples are first in variation in size. Normally, there is slight variation in diameter of the red cells from 6.7 to 7.7 mu meter. Mean value will be 7.2 mu meter. Increased variation in size of the red cell is termed anisocytosis. Anisocytosis may be due to the presence of macrocytosis, microcytosis, or may be dimorphic. Second is variation in shape. Increased variation in shape of the red cell is termed poikilocytosis. The nature of the abnormal shape determines the cause of anemia. Poikilocytosis Poikilocytes are produced in various types of abnormal erythropoiesis. Examples is megaloblastic anemia, iron deficiency anemia, thalassemia, myelosclerosis, and microangioplastic hemolytic anemia. Third is inadequate hemoglobin formation, hypochromasia. Example, hypochromasia and hyperchromasia. Compensatory erythropoiesis. Examples in polychromasia, erythroblastemia, punctate basophilic or basophilic stippling, and Howell Jolly bodies. Fifth is miscellaneous changes. Several morphologic abnormalities of red cells may be found in different hematological disorders. Examples are spherocytosis, schistocytosis, irregular concentrated red cells, leptocytosis or target cells, sickle cells, or drepanocytes, crenated red cells, acanthocytosis, Burr cells, stomatocytosis, and ovelocytosis or elliptocytosis. Red cell indices. These are as under. First, in iron deficiency and thalassemia, MCH, MCV, and MCHC are reduced. In anemia due to acute blood loss and hemolytic anemia, MCV, MCH, and MCHC are all within normal limits. In megaloblastic anemia, MCV is raised above the normal range. D. Leukocytes and platelet counts. Measurement of leukocytes and platelet counts help to distinguish pure anemia from pancytopenia, in which red cells, granulocytes, and platelets are all reduced. Reticulocyte count. Reticulocyte count normal 0.5 to 2.5% is done in each case of anemia to assess the marrow erythropoietic activity. Erythrocyte sedimentation rate. It is usually gives a clue to the underlying organic disease, but anemia itself may also cause rise in the ESR. Bone marrow examination. Bone marrow aspiration is done in cases where the causes for anemia is not obvious. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you all enjoy this session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. Thank you.